Hi, this is Dan Sullivan. I'd like to welcome you to the Multiplier Mindset Podcast. I'm going to suggest something in this presentation that might sort of startle you when I first say it, but if you're willing to do what I'm going to suggest, you'll immediately get a huge jump in your personal productivity. You'll be amazed at how much progress you can make with one decision. And the decision is, don't have an office. And a lot of entrepreneurs, I know, they kind of have an office the way a CEO of a large corporation has an office, and they have an office as big as a lot of the CEOs of large corporations, whereas the CEO of a large corporation has 3,000 employees. They have 4 employees, but they have an office just as big as the CEO, and I think it's a form of insecurity that the entrepreneurs have this office. They're certainly not doing it because it makes them a better entrepreneur. It has something to do with status of some sort. And here's the reason why I would like you to consider this. And the reason is because I've done without an office for more than 25 years. And one day I sat down and said, how am I actually of value to my company? How am I actually of value to my clients in the Strategic Coach program? And I came up with 3 answers. I'm really valuable because I come up with new ideas for thinking about being an entrepreneur in the form of concepts or in the form of thinking tools that really comprise the Strategic Coach program. And I'm very valuable to the whole operation is my coaching. So I'm actually in a workshop actually coaching large numbers of entrepreneurs. And I spend quite a number of days every year actually doing this. And the third activity that I do, which is very, very valuable to the onward success of our company and is very, very valuable to the progress of our clients, is that I do marketing. So when I looked at each of those activities, the creation of new materials, the coaching, and the marketing, not a single one of them involved having an office. So I began to realize that everything that's really important about my role, everything that actually produces big results in terms of income, in terms of reputation for the company, none of them have anything to do with my office. So why would I want to have an office? So what I realized that I was using my office to hide from doing those 3 activities. If I went in my office, then I wouldn't be forced to coach and create new materials and market. So I said, I wonder if I'm the only person who hides from opportunity when I go into the office. And the reason I ask that, because the moment I walk into my office, I'm immediately distracted by the enormous amount of stuff that's in my office. There's papers and reports and magazines I haven't read and files. And I'm an extremely disorderly person. Most of the entrepreneurs I know, when it comes to having a neat office, they need someone else in charge to do it. So I said, isn't it interesting that I go into my office to be distracted? It's almost like I can kind of hide from everything that's going on. So I started exploring this, and I've convinced hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs that this is really the best way for them to go into the future. And there's not been one of them who took the action to actually get rid of their office, who didn't come back to me and say, that's amazing how much simpler and clearer I am about being an entrepreneur and incredibly more productive when I gave up my office. So the question comes back, well, I have to meet people. Important people come to see me, prospects come to see me, clients come to see me, customers come to see me. And I said, well, that's good. You can have a meeting room, but a meeting room isn't the same thing as an office. So have a beautiful meeting room. Make it really comfortable. Have really wonderful chairs. I find that round tables work better than square tables. Have some very, very luxurious leather reclining chairs, swivel chairs. Have a beautiful desk. But don't have anything else in the room. The whole point is this is not your room. I mean, if you want to use the room for working, make sure you have phone jacks, make sure you can set up your computer in there. But at the end of every day, that meeting room just goes back to being a meeting room. Nothing gets left in it. There's no stuff. So we're living in a world now which is really being increasingly integrated with advanced communication technologies. And in fact, the whole world, with the internet, the whole world is your office. So it's not a physical space anymore. It's just you have important things to do in the way that I did it, where I just calculated what were my 3 most important activities. I think you should do the same thing. And I will bet anything that not one of your 3 most important activities requires you to have an office. And what you'll notice is that being free of the distractions of your office and the concerns about status and credibility, if you just get rid of those, you'll focus far, far more on the activities that are more important, and you'll notice this huge jump in focus, huge jump in creativity, and a huge jump in productivity. So, no more office.